dream a dream of peace and joy and safety for children. I dream of a world where children are cherished, a world where tears come from the innocence of broken toys and childhood mishaps. In the United States, 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before their 18th birthday. Here in Travis County, our community is experiencing an epidemic of abuse. 6 children are confirmed victims of abuse or neglect each day, and these are only the children we know about. The Kozmetsky Center for Child Protection Facility opened in June 2008. The building is named in honor of Ronya Kozmetsky, a founding board member, philanthropist, and child advocate. Children are brought to the center because they have made an outcry of abuse or someone has made a report on their behalf. The center's collaborative and highly successful Children's Advocacy Center model was established to provide a safe place where children can tell what happened to them. All of the agencies involved in the investigation come to the child at the center. The center provides immediate crisis intervention and support for the child. The center is the only nonprofit agency in Travis County involved with investigations of crimes against children. They are brought to the Center for Child Protection for a forensic interview. During this interview, a child's statement about what happened is digitally recorded.
We now have a way of investigating cases that is unified, coordinated, and most of all, child-friendly. The center is the heart and soul of our team effort. It helps our prosecutors make strong cases against those who would harm children.
A law enforcement officer, CPS investigator, Travis County prosecutor, and the Center for Child Protection's forensic interviewer and family advocate meet to discuss the case before the interview. This multidisciplinary sharing of information ensures that the interview will be as complete as possible. Most significantly, this interview means the vast majority of children will only have to tell what happened to them once. After the interview, family members and protective caregivers receive more information about the legal process and how to keep their child safe. The Center for Child Protection's family advocate will discuss crime victims' compensation and other support services available to the family. During a crisis, intensive, personalized support assists families throughout the often tragic aftermath of an abuse outcry.
An amazing thing for me to see is a child's resilience. Through things that they've gone through the fears that they experience, they are able to come here, talk about those things, write about those things, draw those things out, and be able to get to a point where those fears are no longer quite as overwhelming as they were when they first got here.
A center professional will follow up with family members on a long-term basis. While professionals counsel the family, children may enjoy playing in the waiting area or reading in the book nook. They may receive a nutritious snack and, with their parents' permission, a teddy bear to give comfort. The Kozmetsky Center for Child Protection is accessible to investigators on a 24/7 basis. Interview staff is on call 24 hours a day, including weekends and holidays. This access enables law enforcement officers to act swiftly in an emergency to keep children safe. A kid's closet full of helpful items children and families need is on site. There is new clothing for children arriving from crime scenes and whose clothes need to be taken into evidence. A child who will be placed in a relative's care will be able to obtain a car seat for safe transport. Children who have to move to a new home for their safety will be able to access a backpack with new school supplies. All of these services are provided at no charge. Children may return for a medical examination, which is done by a pediatrician through Dell Children's Medical Center. This pediatrician is a specialist in forensic examinations of child victims and gathers evidence that can be used in court.
Most of the children that come here are suspected of having been sexually abused or physically abused or sometimes just severely neglected. The advantage of doing medical examinations here as opposed to an emergency room or an office is that this place is much more child-friendly. We don't have the extra noise and crying babies and problems in the next rooms because we're usually seeing one child at a time or one family at a time. This makes it much quieter, it's not as threatening for the children, and we can take as much time as we need to do the examinations.
The medical wing was specifically built to house state-of-the-art equipment to collect evidence in a non-invasive way. The peaceful environment, security features, and kid-friendly touches throughout were planned to ease a child's fear.
I hope that as the community begins to understand more fully and deeply what this building represents to children and to the children of the community, that they'll understand that it's all about a team of men and women who are frontline responders, law enforcement officers who care and are as concerned and sad about a wounded child as a parent might be, caseworkers who stay awake at night worrying about doing the best job that they can for our children, physicians, social workers who still cringe at the thought of facing a battered child hurt by someone who should have been protective. And I hope as the community understands this, that everyone will do their part in ensuring that never again will we have to endure little Christophers who died because somehow our system didn't do the right thing at the right time, that there will be fewer opportunities for children to fall through the crack. I've yet to see a child come toward the front doors who doesn't run and try to sit in Christopher's chair. I hope that that chair, which is really big enough for both an adult and a child, will represent all of the joy and peace and happiness that a parent and child can represent and can have, and the safety that every child must have.
If you know or suspect that a child is being harmed, call the toll-free child abuse hotline 24 hours a day at 1-800-252-5400 to make an anonymous report. If it is an emergency, dial 911.
Government can't do it alone. A private sector can't do it alone. If we are going to secure the future of Austin, the future of Central Texas, and the future of this country, it takes people coming together, reaching into their pockets, and investing in our future, and that is these kids. We've got to help them get through these traumatic issues, and so I would just say to anybody hearing this voice that if you can find something in your heart to give to help us continue this and build upon it, that you're really investing in our own future.